What if I told you that the one thing holding you back from your biggest dreams isn't your lack of talent, resources, or time, but your fear of failure? Failing isn't something to avoid, but something you can use to unlock your true potential. When I was younger, I was terrified of bullies. I remember this one time at the local swimming pool. I was just there to have fun, but someone grabbed me, held me underwater, and for a few terrifying moments I couldn't breathe. That experience, it scared me. I never wanted to go back to that pool again. Fear took over. It was so terrible. I don't swim anymore. I don't even go near pools. Fear of failure is more than just being afraid to lose. It's believing that failing means you're not good enough. It's what psychologists call atychophobia, an intense fear that can make you avoid even trying. But failure is a part of life. There is not a day that goes by perfectly. There have to be those things that just go haywire. According to a quick statistic, the odds of a singular day going by perfect is only 35%. That is, if you only have 20 items to do, 6 of those items will be perfect. The 14 other, not so much. The more tasks that need to be done, the higher the chance of Murphy's Law coming into effect. When it does go wrong, it is what you make of those failures that count. Here's what I've learned. Failure doesn't define you. In fact, it's your stepping stone to something bigger. Think of it like a video game. You don't beat the final boss without failing a few times first. I'll never forget my first major failure. I was in 11th grade and I entered a public speaking contest. I'd made it all the way to nationals without much effort, but the night of the event, my knees were shaking, my hands were trembling. I was fourth in line, and by the time it was my turn, the fear had consumed me. I didn't win. I was devastated, and for years I convinced myself I wasn't good enough. I stayed away from public speaking because I feared failure, but looking back, that failure was a missed opportunity to grow, to get better. There was a day when everything changed. A guy was being obnoxious, picking on me for no reason. And something inside me snapped. I had enough. I lashed out physically. I didn't hold back. I gave the bully a taste of his own medicine, but it didn't make me feel better. That moment taught me something. Violence isn't the answer. I had all this built-up anger and frustration from years of staying silent. What I really needed were tools to better equip myself for an event that I need to stand up for myself without resorting to violence. At the time, that was my only outlet. Fear of failure isn't something you overcome once and for all. It's a constant companion, something you learn to conquer over time. The journey isn't easy progress, it comes with discomfort, but that's the beauty of it. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. What I realized is that failure isn't final. It's part of the journey. Every time I thought I wasn't good enough, I was actually preparing myself for something greater. And so are you. So now I ask you, what are you afraid of? How has fear been holding you back? In the comments, share a moment where fear kept you from trying, and let's start a conversation about how we can all take one step forward today. Remember, the only true failure is not trying at all. My journey is far from over, and neither is yours. Embrace the journey, conquer the fear, keep moving forward.